Chapter 2. How did you keep focused? To become financially free, I knew I had to focus on what I wanted. I knew that I had to be future referenced and not past referenced like most people are. Although I had no idea how I was going to achieve financial freedom, I was very clear and specific about what I wanted. Keeping focused is largely the result of being in the present moment, of living in the now. Focus has three key attributes. There's a qualitative attribute, a quantitative attribute, and a veto attribute. You need both quality and quantity when it comes to focus, and you need to be able to veto anything that distracts you from achieving the outcome you want. I began a process of increasing my awareness and becoming more conscious of what I was doing and the direction of my spending. Turning my thoughts and concentration inward, I increased my ability to focus and observe for longer periods of time. I realized that success was a subject that could be taught and learned, so I became a student of success. I studied the most successful people of all time and distilled their key ingredients into my own success recipe. I repeatedly wrote down my intentions, refined them, and read them many times every day. I visualized what financial freedom looked like, and I focused new feelings deep within me. Most importantly, I applied as much emotional leverage as I could towards my intentions. I imagined the feelings that I would have as an economically free person, and then I made those feelings real every day. There's a success principle that needs to be consciously practiced. What you give your attention and focus to expands to become the reality. To keep focused, I gave my full attention to this principle. Everything else took a back seat. I got rid of all the distractions and dedicated myself to my new dreams. Maintaining my focus was boosted by building new models that made redundant all the ineffective conditioning, programming, and beliefs that had taken over my life. It was a case of overriding the negative programs with new knowledge that offered the results I wanted. I discovered a language that successful people used. I researched and studied great thinkers and learned how to think like them. Most importantly, I was ready and willing to do the change. I developed the mind flexibility necessary for change. I came to refer to this process as mind flex as opposed to mindset. I had a thirst for knowledge, and I was either going to reach my goal or die trying. Everything I did supported my intention for economic and personal freedom. I commenced a program of self-development which I continue today. I read books, the internet, and regularly attend seminars. I reflect on aspects of conventional wisdom that just don't make sense to a free person. This is not to make them right or wrong, just an attempt to understand them, to understand where such thoughts and practices come from, and why they have restrictive impacts on people. Most people don't attend seminars or wealth programs because they think they're expensive. It's a perception that needs to change. My view of expensive is working for 10, 20, 30, or 40 years as a commodity and never being able to afford your dreams. Expensive is remaining in incarceration and missing out on all the potential freedoms you have in front of you. Expensive is earning a few $1 million in wages over your lifetime and having little to show for it. Expensive is a life of hard work with no residual value. Before I spent money on seminars, I developed a rule that I still keep to this day. It's called the 3+1 rule. If I spend 100 or 1,000 on a seminar, then the rule is that I had to apply the information I'd earn so that it generated $1 more than it cost me to learn the information. From a $1,000 seminar, I had to earn $1,000 plus one from applying the information. When I did this, I achieved a return on investment because I had made money back plus $1. Once I had money back plus $1, the information was now free and I could use it over and over to generate more income. Of course, I aim for more than $1 above what the information cost, but the basic rule of 3+1 literally helped me make millions. I've paid up to $60,000 to attend a single seminar and upwards of $300,000 in 1 year traveling the world to learn from the great minds. While this may seem like a lot, when you think about the returns you can achieve on the greater development of yourself, the cost is low by comparison. My perspective comes from the vantage point of converting the information I've learned into multiple millions in return. All came from keeping my 3+1 rule. Without keeping this rule, I very much doubt that I would be as financially free as I am today. The real difference is not my gift for learning or applying what I learn. I think the real difference is that I believe in myself enough to commit to a higher learning process and never look back, to value myself above the level of social engineering as an earning, spending, and borrowing commodity. I developed an internal locus of control. My motivation comes from inside me, not from external sources. I had no concern for what other people thought. I was comfortable with who I was and who I was becoming. I used my own internal compass to navigate the pathway towards the success I wanted.